In the past, I've covered plenty of different options for outputting video for your, retro consoles. Nintendo stuff, Sega stuff, the list goes on and on. But today we're going to be taking a look at a new option that's specifically for Nintendo consoles that have a multi-out port. So MAYFLASH, these guys, they have made plenty of different adapters that I've used and covered on the channel, but nothing like this. I'm talking like adapters to use different controllers on other devices. Recently, they did release this HDTV 1080p converter that has a multi-out port on it that is for the Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, or GameCube. Comes as little tiny ass box. It's plug and play, doesn't require any additional power. There's the back of the box, very little power consumption. But yeah, very tiny little thing. And I have a selection of consoles here that I just want to kind of show you what kind of results you will expect from this thing. So in the box, you get your adapter. Let me get it out of a little baggie here. Very basic thing. That's it. Just a little plastic nugget that you plug in the back of your system there. It says MAYFLASH HDTV 1080p converter. It's not an upscaler, it's just a converter. We have HDMI port and then a headphone jack. You can plug this in the speakers or headphones if you want to get audio pumped out of that instead of through your TV or however you have it set up. Then there's our little multi-out. And you may be wondering, well, the NES you have here doesn't have a multi-out port. What are you doing? Well, it's going to work on this because I do have a multi-out port back here. This is an RGB modded NES. And now that I have that port, I should be able to use this. So I just want to give a quick example on this monitor here, which is not going to be the best way to do it, but I'm going to have a bunch of captured footage for you to take a look at. But yeah, we're just going to plug this in back here. The way this thing is going to look is not going to be the best. I mean, you're going to have plenty of people out there who just dismiss every option besides whatever option they use. And that's great, man. Whatever you want to use. I just like to cover options because everybody's budget is different. This little thing is $20. And if you're just looking for a quick, cheap way to not fiddle fuck around with, scalers and power cables and stuff, and you just want to play some games, you don't want the best picture quality. For $20, this may work for you. So let's get this Super Nintendo powered up. But yeah, I mean, for me, this Retro Circuits cartridge, they did a little custom thing on there, me and my kids from some years back now. But like my Nintendo 64, I have HDMI on it. I have HDMI for my GameCube. I've got options that are of higher quality than this, but I just wanted to point out the only reason I wanted to bring it up on this monitor real quick before I showcase captured footage is to show that this adapter, if your TV does not have where you could change the aspect ratio to 4:3, it's going to be stretched the hell out. Like, it's going to be full screen. Some people love that. Some people don't. But if your TV does not have that option, then, and you want it to be, back to the normal aspect ratio, then you may not want this because it just, boom, 1080p, converts it to that, fills the screen. Unless your TV just magically knows and, squishes it back down. But every TV I've pumped it into, I have to go in and change. This TV or this monitor allows me to go into, 1-to-1, which is what I'm in right now. But as you can see, that's it. HDMI for Super Nintendo. It actually doesn't look too bad, but let's go ahead and showcase the captured footage that I have for each of these consoles so you could see what to expect. And then I'll give you my final thoughts. Just want to give you a little snippet of each console.
Let's go.
So there you go, a little bit of footage from each of the consoles that I have that this MAYFLASH HDMI adapter works with. It kind of reminded me while I was playing these games with this thing and the look of everything, it reminded me of like old school footage of commercials and whatnot of these systems from back in the 90s. It's composite being converted to HDMI. You're not getting any scaling or anything like that. It's a cheap solution. And I think if you're on a budget and you have these consoles and you just want something simple to use, this may be fine. It's not the best option out there, but it's one of the cheaper ones and it's fairly simple. And I just like covering all the different options out there. Yeah, I mean, latency-wise, I didn't really notice any issues. It just felt like I was playing the normal ways that I've been playing with HDMI, you know, mods and scalers that I have and whatnot. I didn't really notice anything there. Sometimes that really depends on your TV as well with the latency from the TV. But yeah, no real issues here. For $20, I think it's a nice option for people who could see some use out of it. So appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for hanging. Let me know what you think. Bye.